Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Scorpio for November 2020. Happy birthday to all my Scorpios watching. If you've got Scorpio in your chart, if your birthday was last month, happy belated birthday, but happy birthday, guys. So keep in mind this is a general message. Take what you do feel resonates with you, disregard the rest, go about your day. But know that no matter what messages come through the cards or what Spirit has to offer, it's still up to you and your active free will in this world to get the fulfillment that you'd like to see. So your steps, right, your choices, this is our active free will. This is what we can do to put our feet forward to get whatever we want to see in our world, okay? So for all my subscribers, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. And if it's resonates with you, please subscribe, join the journey with me. And guys, if you feel called to like or share, please do so as well. It absolutely helps. So I'm just going to take a moment to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Gabriel. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible to deliver only the messages that are for the highest good of those of you watching, as well as I'm going to ask my team of light to join us now as well. So I'm being asked first off, before we get into the reading as well, to tell you that time is fluid. So even though November is the time stamp on here, if it resonates later, it resonates later. And we may still be picking up on a situation that's happened already or something that's not quite happened. So again, just take it how it feels for you. So let's get a look here. Spirit has an overarching energy. I'm using the Animal Wisdom Tarot first. Wow. Okay, so this flew out, which is the Queen of Wands. Here, this leopard. The nurture of branches. What fire are you nurturing? What passionate endeavor are you nurturing? You could have a fire sign in your life, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And let's take a look here. So a bunch of cards. These all, they want me to keep this one, but I'm going to put these ones back. This one flew up this way, so I'm going to take it. This is Judgment here. Is it Judgment? Justice, sorry. The elephant is the bearer of justice. And what I heard is an elephant never forgets. An elephant remembers everything. So this also reminds me of crows. Crows remember who's mistreated them, who's been good to them, who puts food out for them, these kinds of things. I feel like what I heard is we're learning from lost opportunities. Okay, so this card that came out was the Lovers, the honeybee. Interesting. It was in the reverse, the same with Justice. I'm not going to read them in the reverse. We're going to take a look into if there's blocks, but it could just be that the way I'm holding my cards, okay? For some of you, if we are learning from something that's lost, this could be a block where we feel like justice isn't come yet because we've lost something. It could be something with love, right? It could be, this could also be a Gemini card. Justice, I believe, is Libra. So you could have air in your chart. We have two airs, right? Gemini and Libra. Could have somebody in your life with air in their chart. But regardless of whether this is somebody else, I truly feel like this is you and your energy. For some of you, I heard mourning and grieving. With this heart awakener in the reverse, some of us may have closed off our heart because we've been hurt before and we don't want to experience that again because that really hurts. It really sucks. None of us want to feel heartbroken. And I also am feeling like if we are sort of learning from lost experiences, learning from past experiences, this is something that is meaning we're going to need to get really true with ourselves. Justice, one of the reasons I love this card is because Justice wears its heart on its sleeve. It shows you everything you need to know. There's nothing hidden here. There may be something hidden for you right now, so I'm going to take a little bit more and get some clarification. Spirit, can you explain to me Justice? Thank you. We have the Seeker of Shells, which is the polar bear, I believe, is the King of Shells. I'm going to look just to make sure. But this polar bear is looking for his heart's desire. And I heard as well, this may be a lone journey. This may be something that's not done in partnership with another person. This may be something that's truly within you that says, you know what, it's time. I feel like I'm learning from these past experiences that I've went through. And, you know, the past wasn't for me. I'm not seeing anything in my immediate future that feels like for me, maybe it's time for me to seek. Maybe it's time for me to branch out on my own and figure out, what can I do? For some of you, I think this also has to do with there is a relationship or a partnership here with a fire sign and a water sign. Could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sag. But I think more as well is, rather than focusing so much on partnership with this Lovers here as well, okay, I feel like this is time, it's saying it's time to move on. The way I have it here, this leopard is looking back at the polar bear walking away. For some of you, that may be a really strong and important message. There's two other cards that came out, again in the reverse, so like I said, we're not going to focus so much on reversals. But here we have the Seeker of Feathers. So and the Seven of Feathers. The Seven of Feathers is the magpie, often about deception, untruths, trickery, but reminding you that you hold the key. So what I would say with this is trust your intuition. Those little spirit nudges, trust your gut feelings, because they really are angel nudges. Call in your angels too. Ask them to help you throughout the situation. Ask them to help you see the truth. But also that magpies are magic birds. What I think may be happening with Justice in the reverse as well is we may be experiencing a lot of confusion, because in the past, if we've encountered heartbreak, if we've encountered experiences that don't seem clear to us, that we don't see clearly maybe our part in things or why things unfolded the way that they do, this may be a time now where we're really starting to bring a lot of clarity and understanding to moments in time where we've been confused, we've been deceived, we've been tricked, or with this too, something shiny caught our eye and we paid attention more to the shine and the glitter rather than everything else around it. To me, this also reminds me, it's like makeup. So we put makeup on to cover ourselves, to create a persona, right? It's not necessarily who we are when we do this. A lot of times it's just to accentuate our features and make us feel better. But there are times where we put makeup on to create a different face, to create a different look, to create a different attitude. But I feel like this is like one of these things that is that, but if you wash that off, the perception and persona that you've put forward, when we take that off, it's peeled down to the truth of who we are at the end of the day. And I feel like this is something that is like, you know what, you may have paid attention too much with all the gimmicks. You may have looked at the shiny disco ball or the beautiful tent or this gorgeous shiny key and not looked at the fine print, or not. There could be legal issues as well with Justice. But I feel like now is the time to remember that you hold the key. So if there's been deception, if there's been self-deception, if there's been someone in your midst who's been very, very flashy and able to, trick you, or I heard bribery as well, just something that's not really on the up and up, something that's a little bit shady, or even if this is just you're finding yourself like very drawn into the more materialistic world, this is definitely a time to make some changes. I want to look at the Falcon just to make sure I have it. No, I'm not right. So this is not the King. This is the Knight. So you have two Knights. The Knight of Shells, trying to move forward and figure out, going on this lone journey, searching for what fills your heart's desires. And then the Knight of Air. So the Falcon is a very interesting energy. I want to bring you a message from it. They're very skilled hunters. They have very good eyesight. This is this idea of bird's eye view. Whereas this bird is on the ground, it doesn't have the higher perspective because it's very rooted, even though this is an air card, it's very rooted in this material world, standing on the ground, holding the piece of treasure. And with the circus in the background as well, I'm hearing that phrase like, not my circus, not my monkeys. You don't have to be involved in the circus tricks. You can get away from that and those parlor tricks and kind of come and fuse your own ideas. But what I feel like Spirit's asking you to do as well is remember the rainbow. Stay in balance as well. Color therapy may be really important for you as well. With the magpie, and the polar bear. Both of these have such vibrant 5D colors coming. So I think as well it's important to recognize that we are in a point of transformation with this earth. There's energies coming to us at this point, geometric storms, solar flares. There's a lot of energy that is here to move and push things through. And I think Spirit's also asking you to use that energy to your advantage. So I feel like if feelings come, let them come, observe them, right? And then let them go. With this Bearer of Justice, there may be things that you feel like writing needs to happen now. And I feel like if there's something that's been wrong and you say, you know what, now is the time to make it right, it could start with a conversation. It could start with a declaration of, love. It could start with an apology. There's lots of different ways here, but I definitely feel like with the Queen of Wands that came out on the first here, this is asking you to stay in your majestic prowess. This is asking you to remain vigilant, to keep an eye open for new opportunities, and to be able to go for them, to pounce on them when the time is right, but also to be discerning with the opportunities, because not every opportunity, not every invite out is what you want to do. You're this queen, right? You're this leopard. You don't have to, just take the first crumb hoping that the whole cake will come. Something bigger will come. As well as this one, if you see her crown, has the moon on it. We are just past a new moon. I don't remember what the moon is in, but this is also here, the early stages. So you could be starting to build something as well. So let's see, Spirit, can you tell me about the Lovers and the honeybee? Thank you. And that one. Okay, so you got the Nurturer. So this is the Queen of Swords. So the Falcon is the Knight of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. I love this because you have two queens. For some of you, you could be, dealing with another woman. You could be dealing with another feminine entity or energy, so not necessarily woman. This could be you really needing to connect with your femininity, really needing to connect with that feminine intuition, the knowing that happens without truly knowing, and the passion and the drive and the sunflowers, because there are sunflowers here. This Nurturer is asking us as well as to share and shed our layers, to share our light, and to help keep other people warm. And I feel like throughout whatever happens, whatever past lessons are being learned, because I definitely feel like learning lessons of the past and finding ways to integrate them into our current reality is going to help shape our future. And this Nurturer, this Queen of Swords, is in balance. If you look at her, the moon is up here. Again, another pretty early on moon. And then the sun is down below. Being able to harness our masculine and feminine polarities and to stand in the middle, grounded as well, because she is on a rock. So that's what I love about this as well with this card, is this Queen of Swords. She's not just all up in her head. She's not an ice queen. She's somebody who's very grounded and very understanding. Whereas the tree branch, we're up in the tree, we're waiting, still very grounded, but in a different kind of way, connected to the earth, connected to the forest. And here it's being able to be around water as well, being able to see the emotions, but not to sit in them, to be able to get a little higher up on that, to stay grounded through your emotions, and to keep a clear head through this. The other two cards that came out with the Lovers card is, I love this, the cow as the Empress, and the Earth Mother, and the raccoon with the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Stones, the Page of Fossils here, to say, you know what, I would like to offer you something. There's a very strong feminine energy here, guys. So take it how it applies. They want me to show you the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the Blue Jays, which can be about quarrels, squabbles, power struggles, but in our mental space, in our mental brain. And under that was the Six of Fossils with the gorilla. So they wanted me to show you this last one too. It's the Ten of Swords, Ten of Feathers, with the Six of Six of Feathers, and the Two of Feathers. And then underneath that, the pig was in the reverse. So these were all up in the upright. I feel like for a situation to come back into balance, whatever this raccoon is holding, whatever opportunity, it's lit up. And these pages, they are a bridge, because a page starts something new. Wonderful, eh? A knight may go charging, but the page is like the brand new idea. Or again, like I had heard here with an apology, this could be it. Going, you know what? It's a fossil. It's something that's taken a long time to build. I'm sorry. I see my part in things. Or even you may be saying, I'm sorry. I see my part in things. Here's how I feel we could move on. If there's been self-deception or anything like that, what I feel like is important here is to make this choice with the Two of Swords. Again, this moon. There's something super important about the moon, guys, as well as it could be once you start to see kind of this crescent moon, pay attention to it, as well as the alignment of the stars. But difficult decisions sometimes with the mountains in the background, having to make a decision that you may be very emotionally invested in something, but you may need to make a decision to move on from this, to create happier times, to create calmer waters that aren't so dark and dingy, and that is plentiful and fruitful for you, and to put down this energy of the Five of Swords that says we're in competition, that there's not enough resources, or that tell you you're not good enough, or whatever this situation is, okay, whatever the trickery or entrapment or confusion is. So put that down, lay those heavy burdens to rest, because we see here, yes, the pig may be dead. This is going to allow transformation though, because those swords, those feathers, they can't hurt them anymore. Those thoughts are gone, and it's time to kind of circle into the natural cycle of life where this is going to be nurturing. Put down the stuff that makes you feel like the pig. Anything that's been heavy on you, anything from the past that is time to go, let it go with this justice. I've been singing on loop in my head a song by Guns N' Roses called Yesterdays, right? Yesterday's got nothing for me, just pictures that I want to see. No time for... I can't remember it all, okay? But if you wanted to look it up, Yesterday is the song, because it's got nothing for you. We're moving forward. And I feel like that's a wonderful, wonderful energy to look here and say, you know what, we're moving forward in our strong, powerful, divine feminine essence. We are nurturing ourselves. We are nurturing our planet. We are nurturing the people around us. And we are nurturing our creative endeavors. I think that's really important. So if the situation I've been speaking about, if this has resonated, if you felt like it's been within a romantic relationship, a family dynamic, especially with the 6 here, I want you guys to just remember that everything happens, cycles come and cycles go. Families are strong and resilient, and relationships that are meant to be in our life will stay. You may separate for a while, you may come back, but what I'm being guided to tell you is separation is important, okay? So we don't want to be separated from our loved ones, and especially if we are reviewing a past situation, you know, and this is separated from a partner, you know, that can be very difficult. But I feel like with the 6 of Feathers and the 6 of Fossils here, balance will be restored. Balance will come back to you. It's just that we're going to have to keep our head clear a little bit. You could also have the Gemini with the Lovers and the Queen of Swords here as well. But with the Earth Mother, with this beautiful Empress, there's more than enough to go around. There's absolutely enough abundance. There's absolutely enough resources. There's absolutely enough love to go around. It just means that we need to see this clearly for ourselves and choose to move on from the past. Because again, yesterday's got nothing for you, right? Just pictures in your box of memories, right? So that's that part, guys. I have 2 cards I want to pull before I go. Thank you. We have media with the Gabriel cards, and I'm going to pull 1 card, please, from the Whispers of Love. Wow, a lot fell. Just a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, a bunch fell to the ground. They want me to show you the bottom, which is speak the language of love. Absolutely. Speak this to yourself as well. First and foremost, most importantly, we want to speak well to others, but the way we speak to ourselves is really going to help inform how we speak to others as well, as what we feel as we deserve and what we're going to allow ourselves to take, the shit that we're going to take, the crap that we're going to allow people to give us, or are we going to stand in our power, in our strong feminine power, and say, it's okay. You can, I nurture you. I love you. We're going to try and do this without attachments, is what I heard as well. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Let's use those loving words. There could also be, because there's so much swords, this is how we talk, how we think. There could be a lot of, I heard, verbal abuse. There could just be really needing to change the way that we speak if we're constantly in negative thought cycles or loops, changing it to a positive perspective. And I feel like it's so important to make this conscious decision, right? To choose in our consciousness to say, no, I can see what's happening now. I'm going to change that narrative. Love endures. Like I said, if people are meant to be in our worlds, even if there's separation, they will come back if it's meant to be. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. And this doesn't necessarily mean, again, romantic love. This is love for ourselves, loves for others. And one of the things I want to say is when we're questioning, well, how do I do that? Think about, how would I like to be loved? And do that. There's also wonderful books on the languages of love, the 5 languages of love, how our people that we are around and that we love, how they express their love to us. What do we need to feel loved? Do we need someone to tell us? Do we like gifts? Do we like acts of service? What is it? And also, I feel like this is important because this is saying when we're wanting to love people, we want to incorporate all of those different things in to be loving and kind individuals in this world. Forgiveness is such a powerful tool as well, because if you've been thinking about the past, if you've been kind of learning the lessons from the past, it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive other people. And in this space of forgiveness, we can allow grace to come in. So nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. If you need to, take a quiet moment, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths in, breathe out, spread your toes apart, ask Spirit to breathe in love and light and to release anything that needs to be forgiven. And in this quiet space, you can imagine yourself going to a place in time where forgiveness needs to happen. Give yourself a hug, stop everything, tell yourself this is going to lead to ruin, this is going to lead to heartbreak, it's not the best option for you. Hug yourself. If it's been a spot where you've let other people walk over you, give yourself a hug, forgive yourself, and tell yourself, honey, you don't need to do that again. You're worth so much more than this kind of relationship, this kind of dynamic. And, if it's with another person as well, you can still envision going into that place and go, I forgive you. I am allowing myself to give forgiveness for these actions. It doesn't mean that you're going to trust in the future or that this person even needs to be in your life if there's been separation for good. But if there's been stuff that you've been holding on to, it may also be attached to an attachment. And if we think about, sometimes people say things, right? People say things all the time, but sometimes people say things that they did not intend to hurt us, but we are wounded people. We are wounded warriors, and it triggers us. And our trigger can lead to a whole bunch of fighting, a whole bunch of quarreling, and a whole bunch of misunderstandings. So if we can learn where we're triggered, we can also learn whether or not, the person really was just being a dick, or whether maybe we were coming from it at a place that needed healing. And when we are triggered, this is a wonderful opportunity to show us where the healing still needs to happen. So the 2 that I saw first, and they're the last ones out, were focus on love, right? Focus on being love, focus on doing love, focus on being the most loving person that you can be, because you will attract that into you. It says, look for the good attributes in every person in your life. Right? Be loving and kind and open and graceful. And the last one is have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Faith is a process, but it's one of the things that gets us through, because we have faith that even if today is bad, if yesterday was bad, if the last 10 years have been bad, tomorrow might be better. And I want to really remind you guys that you hold the power within your act of free will by the choices you make and the steps you take. Because this choice to move forward, to move out of the darkness, that's something that we can do. So media came out. This is also asking you, when we are thinking about, what are we feeding our mind? What are the words? How are we feeding our love? Don't watch too much media. Okay? Don't allow what you see on TV, what you see on your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, whatever it is, whatever social media is there, don't allow this to bring you down. If you notice that you are more drained when you watch the news, when you watch TV, turn it off. Okay? If you feel like speaking to certain people upset you, turn it off. If you're watching tarot and you are being triggered, remember that not all of that is for you, and turn it off. Okay? You have that power. You can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. For some of you as well, what you can do with this is, if you are wanting to reach more people, if this creative endeavor is something that you are thinking about, start social media account, but do everything within balance, my friends. So that's what I have. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful month, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.